Hey you guys, welcome in to Divine Golden Master, where we master being divine at this 3D reality. It's your girl Lex, and we're back with another video. Okay, so what that's about to be getting into, we just had our spring equinox. We're getting into this time around Easter. I want to bring to you guys a candle of a amazing goddess that's really good to help in any situation, and a really good maintenance candle as well. So let's talk about the Virgin of Guadalupe candle. Okay, you guys, so when it comes to the Virgin of Guadalupe candle, it's way deeper than just a candle. It's a spiritual tool, it's a devotional object, and it's an energetic anchor used in prayer, protection, and intention work. So we're going to break it down today, the traditional meaning, and then we're also going to talk about the kind of spiritual work you could do with it, and a little bit about its origins to kind of give you a, tell a story. If it resonates, if it hits, then, it's for you. But I always recommend you guys do your own knowledge, do your own studying and things like that, because don't just take what I say. Do your own research and see what you discover, or if you may find something that I didn't even talk about. So make sure to do that first too. Before ever working with the candle, do your own research and see what comes up for you. Okay, so it usually comes in the glass candle form, and it has a picture of Guadalupe, right? Virgin, Our Lady of Guadalupe, but it's the Virgin Mary, right? It's a form of the Virgin Mary. And a lot of people get that confused. Like, we're going to talk about that later on in the video. But a lot of people get it confused and they think that that it's not like, they think that it's the same depiction, or they don't really know the difference of what makes it different, what makes the correlation of what makes it alike. But yeah, so we're going to dive into that a little bit later. But when it comes to who is the Virgin of Guadalupe, she is not just Mary in this sense. She's a powerful spiritual mother archetype. And she represents divine feminine protection, because when we get into the history, she also represents compassion and unconditional love. She represents miracles and intervention, because when we talk about the time period and what was going on around that time period, you're going to understand a little bit deeper too why it was so, such an omen for how she revealed herself, how she showed up. It was such an omen. Hold on, y'all. I feel like it's whitening me out, or it's almost too bright. All right, okay. That's better, I think. But yeah, so miracles and intervention. Now, she also gives protection of the vulnerable, especially women and children. Okay. She also represents cultural and ancestral strength, all right, for Mexico. And it is a location where you can go visit her. What is it? I think it's... So yeah, y'all, I'll put the location in the description box. And I'm also going to put this really good documentary that I watched on YouTube. I watched a little bit of it last night, but I finished it this morning. And it was really good. And it touches on a lot of things that we're going to talk about in the video. And if you're just into history and things like that, and I feel like when you study history, it also helps you to see how to create, because we're supposed to be creating, evolving, right? Coming up with things. And I got a story time too to tell y'all about. That was crazy. That y'all gonna be like, oh my God, what? Like, it was just such a coincidence, but we know there's no such thing as a coincidence. But yeah, so check out the documentary, and I'm also gonna put it's 2 other videos where they're touching on just different interesting facts that you may resonate with as well, to help you just connect with the energy, because when you study something, that's already connecting with that energy, right? So you can see how I feel. So yeah, overall, her archetype and her energetic is a very soft but unshakable, powerful frequency, especially with her showing up and even just creating her existence within a time of war and all that was going on. Y'all gonna see it in the documentary if you check it out. But if you just know about history, period, when that was going on with the Aztecs and the other ones they was going against. I forgot, y'all. It slipped my brain. But with her coming up in that time with that war and them being conquered, it's like a very powerful omen, and it really is telling to the power of her energy. Now, when it talks about the core difference between the Virgin Mary and Our Lady of Guadalupe, when it comes to the Virgin Mary, she's the original biblical figure, right? The mother of Jesus. When it comes to Our Lady of Guadalupe, a specific appearance of the Virgin Mary in Mexico, it was like an aberration, right? Because the story is that, we'll talk about the guy's name later on, because it's later down in the notes, but he saw her, I think it's Juan Diego or something like that, but he saw her on, like, first it was a mountain, then he saw her appear, and she specifically looked like in Mexican form, and she was brown. So it's a extreme significance to, I want you guys to also think about how we speak about, like, how spirit will reveal messages to you in the form that they know that you will receive it, right? So they're connecting with two different energetics and two different traditions and cultures, but it's the same energy, right? And it's also not about one energy being more powerful than the other. It's more so about how the energy is expressed and experienced, right? That's why we always must think, like, I was just talking with someone yesterday and I was saying, like, we must always think about the things that we're reading, the things that we're accepting, like who created these things, right? Because we are creators as well. So that's food for thought. So this is where things get really, really interesting. So when they have the image of Guadalupe, it isn't on a canvas. It's made from, it's on tilma, which is agave fiber. Now, that kind of material isn't even supposed to be lasting nothing but a few decades. And before they even put it in glass, because at first it was just there, just the cloth. It lasted, I think it was 180 something, 86 years or something like that, or 56, one of those. When it's only supposed to last like up to 30 or decades or whatever. I mean, what? Y'all know what I mean, 30 years. It lasted 180 something. So that was already telling without the glass. Before they even put it in glass, that's how long it lasted. Now it was another instance. And then get this. So someone in the Mexican government, this is when they was trying to basically like take religion out of Mexico. And the first thing they went to was Our Lady of Guadalupe, where she's where people honor her. They went there, they put a bomb under her picture. Right now at this point it's in glass at this point, but it exploded right near the painting with the artwork. But it damaged everything around it, but it never was damaged. The glass didn't shatter from it. The image itself was fine. None of the glass broke right there, but the windows was breaking. All different type of stuff broke around it. But the whole time the image didn't break. So I was like, I thought that was pretty like, what? Like mind-boggling, like how? So, and then the last event that happened that was really, really interesting as well was somebody was working, they was cleaning it, right? So the guy was working up there, he was cleaning it, and he ended up spilling chemicals. And like they said, like acid or some type of chemicals spilled on it. And it's like you could see the stain, but with it being that type of cloth, it still didn't rip. So that was another thing that was like, So this is why a lot of people could experience it as so miraculous, because the energy could just be that. Because think about it, it's like, how is it a bomb right beneath it? The glass don't break on the picture, but the windows 150 feet away break. Okay. So between the material last time, the explosion, and the acid incident, all of these really show that the energy of this painting is deep. And another thing that was really, really interesting I want to share with you guys, and then we're going to get into how to use the candle, was it was a guy that studied the eyes, and he did, I forget what it was called, but he did a study on the eyes, and basically like a photograph where he pulled like the image from the eyes to see what was the eyes looking at, to see what it was viewing, right? And in both eyes, he sees 13 people, very similar positions, 13 people. Now, 13, the number of the divine feminine, right? Friday the 13th. Okay. And not only that, but this occurred. It happened on a celebration of the winter solstice. And then it was something called the 13 sugarcane year, or the year of the 13 sugarcane. So that's another, she had 13 people that she was seeing in her eyes. Now it was the year of the 13 sugarcane. And it happened on a Saturday, right? When he said he saw her. And you'll see in the documentary how it plays out about like how they tested it and how they discovered that it was indeed Our Lady Guadalupe connecting with him, and that he was seeing on the mountain. And I thought it was crazy that it happened during the winter solstice too. It's just like, what? So, all right, you guys, so let's get to the point. All right, so let's just jump right into how you can use it. Number one, protection work. I love lighting her candle for spiritual protection over the home, spiritual protection over your life, bringing that white light energy, pulling it down from the ethers and bringing that into your home to bring peace in your home, shielding the home, and to bring emotional safety to the home as well, because it is a very nurturing energy, a very nurturing candle, right? So she's like a spiritual mother watching over you, right? That type of energy, bringing that kind of calmness in, right? That brings a sense of peace, right? So really good for that. Also, number two, healing and comfort. Healing, especially when families are going through things, or sickness in the family, different things like that. Heart healing specifically, grief, emotional wounds, relationship pain. And her energy is very gentle, forgiving, and nurturing. Even if you want to, say if you're having a lot of disputes in your home and you want to bring up more peaceful energy, she's also very good for that too. Now, I usually, like, if the issues are a little bit deeper, you want to pair it with something else. But it's just a light, subtle, calming energy that you can bring in the mix if it resonates with you. Now, the third thing, the third way that you could use it is for prayer and guidance, right? So, yeah, so for number three, the third way you can use it is prayer and guidance. Traditionally, candles are lit, right, while praying or asking for clarity or seeking help in difficult situations, right? Even during divination or altars, right? We see candles lit, reverence. So, you know, they're believed to bring that peace and remove fear or confusion. So she's like that. It gives to me a lot of the times, like, because I have a Guadalupe necklace that I wear, and it brings balance. Like, I feel like it's a little bit of that Libra energy there too, where it brings balance, right? And it's also that peaceful Venusian energy of Libra energy of like peaceful balance, right? Balance that feels good and calming. The fourth thing that you can use her candle for and connect with it for is feminine power. And this is what I was speaking about in the beginning of the video, where we have our spring equinox. We're in our astrological new year now, right? It's time to plant those seeds, and it's also time for the goddess to arise again. We went through the winter months, right? Shedding old, bringing death to those old things that's not serving us no more. All right, now we're planning, we've been plotting, we've been making things happen. Now it's time to take action. We're in Aries season, right? And Easter is what? the goddess arises. So this is a good candle. We're going to be doing a lot of goddess videos I'm going to post for y'all in the next couple of weeks. And y'all know we're going to do a group ritual as well. But back to the video, right? So when it comes to using her for feminine power, or not using her, but connecting with her archetype for feminine power and devotion, it's a very empowering candle, right? It will help you with self-confidence. So yeah, it helps with confidence, and it helps with that, just lifting your vibration to a higher vibration of love, right? Being able to also see love in all things, and understanding that things are divine, right? And that pure, non-manipulative type of love. She's also really good to help with gentle alignment, right? Because I wouldn't say that her energy is very loud, but it's definitely powerful and felt, right? That kind of what we were talking about when we did the ocean group ritual in Miami, that yin yang type of soft, motherly energy that's very powerful but soft at the same time. Her energy resonates in that same field, in my opinion. Now, we all have access to free will, and everybody live their life how they want to live their life, right? But I will say and recommend that I don't recommend pairing her with certain workings like revenge work, domination, manipulation. That's not her energy. Okay, so that is one pay attention to. Don't use her with that type of energy if that's what you're into, right? No judgment here, no judgment zone. But that energy doesn't really mesh. And it also will give you a little bit of a better overstanding of her energy, right? If you know you're not using her for that type of energy, she's more of like that, a light spirit. Even when you check out the documentary, when you connect, you'll see and you'll pick up on it. That's why I said, do your research on the history, because just that connection will help you to know whether this really is something that resonates for you or maybe not, right? And that's okay. But when you want to call your power back, when you want to feel empowered, when you want to maybe cleanse your energy after heavy work, heavy energy, or overexhaustion, you feel like you're drained, or you just feel like you've been experiencing too much and you need that motherly angelic love, she's great for that. Also, she's really good for softening your heart while staying protected. Okay, maybe you're going through certain things that's trying to harden your heart or numb your energy, especially the times that we're in now in society. This is a very good candle to light, just to bring peace, right? There's so much going on in the world today. This is a really good one just to add to your mix, to just bring that calming energy from everything else trying to trigger your nervous system. No, seriously, okay? It's really good for spiritual resets, right? Which really goes really, really good with the ritual reset bath that I'll be dropping on April 1st. Okay, and everybody that was a part of the last group ritual that we did for the spring equinox, yours will be shipping within the next week or so. But yeah, so stay ready so you don't gotta get ready. Hello. And I will show you guys the candle, but I already lit my Our Lady of Guadalupe candle, because I meant to record this earlier, and we here now. So yeah. But I will have pictures alongside the video, because I'm doing the long format with this video with the sides, so I will show you guys different pictures of different ones that you can get. Now, always remember what I say. Set your intention. What's your intention? Because if you don't set your intention, then when you do manifest it, you don't even know that you manifested it, because you never even knew what you wanted. You were just confused. And once you know what you want, it comes way easier. All right, so now that you set and you got clear on what is your intention, why am I connecting with this archetype? Because sometimes we just doing stuff because somebody said it. And I already said, don't do this just because I said it. Do your own research, right? So, okay, it resonated with you. All right, cool. You connected with the history. You're researching it, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. So now, what's your intention? Why are you going to light your candle? Before you even go to buy your candle, what is my intention? What am I trying to empower myself? Am I trying to build confidence? Am I trying to bring more peace? Am I trying to open my heart chakra more? What is it that what's my intention? What am I trying to achieve, right? What's the goal? Not saying that always has to be goal oriented, but you want to be, you want to have a direction, right? So that's why you're going to set your intention. Now, after you do that, go ahead and write it down on paper and then go get your candle, right? And sometimes you even see it manifest before you even light your candle. Now, when you get your candle and you're on your way to get your candle and all that, pay attention to what you're hearing, right? Clear audience. Like I told you guys, remember last year October, we did almost all the clearance. Spirit communicates with us so many different ways. Listen. Don't be up in your head overthinking. Listen to what Spirit could be telling you or what energies could be trying to connect and give you wisdom, right? A wise man once said, Michael Jackson, he said, I gotta get up and write this music before Prince catch it, right? He's talking about collective consciousness, right? So listen, because you may even be guided towards something, some type of wisdom that could be the next thing that you need to do whatever you need to do. So pay attention. Maybe take notes in your notes in your phone, right? Or audio message notes. If you can't keep up and you feel like you're going to forget. And a lot of times these are in grocery stores. And they even have them at Dollar Tree. Okay? So once you get your candle, you go home. You go ahead and set the intention over your space as well. Maybe you light an incense, sage, whatever resonates for you. Clear the energy out to open the space for this energy, right? Light your candle. Sit with her energy for a moment, maybe write, connect, whatever resonates for you. And then some people let it keep burning. You could turn it off. Just make sure you practice fire safety. Don't burn that house down, all right? And you can add flowers or play soft music and just speak from your heart, right? She also does have a prayer that comes on the candle. So if you read Spanish or you want to just take a picture and interpret it, you could do it on your phone. Read the prayer on however it resonates for you. But make sure to use what you feel. You may just have to talk to your candle. Now, some signs that she's connecting with you could be like a calmness washes over your energy. This energy of peace. And you'll know because it feels very refreshing. A sense of you're safe now type of energy, right? You may also experience like expressing different emotions or feeling over emotional because she's trying to help you with a emotional release. And sometimes that could show up in tears or however. And another way too that you'll feel like I told you guys earlier, that gentle but firm protection. All right, so the Virgin of Guadalupe candle is less about doing magic and more about being held while you move through life in your spiritual journey and your spiritual path. And she's definitely a supporting energy. So yeah, you guys, remember that she's not an energy that you command. She's the energy that you lean into, right? Okay? I love you guys. Love yourself. I will see you guys in my next one. Let me know how you feel about this video down in the comments, how it resonated for you. And if you want me to cover any other saints, goddesses coming up for this next couple, I'm probably going to do it for the next couple, 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Or just stay tuned if you have no goddesses in mind so that you can be enlightened. Peace, you guys.